Let's talk Kentucky and Tennessee. And guys, I got to be honest with you. I think Mark Pope has done a remarkable job this year, going the latter part of the conference tournament, the conference season in the SEC without a point guard. Lamont Butler was out, and of course, we've had Kirk Kriisa out for the better part of the year. Travis Perry taken over. Trotter, this matchup, though, we've talked about Tennessee. Elite defensive team as always, but one of the best offensive iterations we've seen from Rick Barnes' club. Who do you like in this one?
I lean Tennessee just because they lost both of the games to Kentucky, and Kentucky shot over 50% in both times that they played them from three. That has never happened in the Rick Barnes era at Tennessee. Like, he's year after year, one of the elite three-point defenses is under Rick Barnes, and Kentucky went 50% twice. Like, I don't know if that's repeatable again. What I do think is repeatable is Tennessee murdering Kentucky on the boards. That happened both times in these regular season matchups. Tennessee went a little three-point happy when they were playing at home, shot almost 45 attempts from three. I think the recipe is just get to the rim as much as possible. Now, granted, this Kentucky defense, I think, is way, way better than the numbers indicate. Lamont Butler, Otega Owe, Andrew Carr, Amari Williams, they're finally healthy. All four of those guys are plus defenders at their positions. And I think the continuity and chemistry defensively has gotten a lot better for the Cats lately. So this is not some like, oh, Tennessee's lost them twice, surely they won't lose to them again. Like, this is going to be a really tough game, but I do think that Tennessee's edge on the boards is something that I can bank on in round three, not Kentucky shooting 50% from three again.
All right, Chris, Tennessee or Kentucky?
I got Tennessee moving on, but let me just say this. It's going to be hard to beat a team three times, and we all know this, but man, how can you bet against Mark Pope? As you mentioned, Fink, he's got to be one of the top five guys as coach of the year, returning 0 points. And look what he's done. And we're talking about Kentucky, by the way, that John Calipari left. So you talk about the stress and pressure coming back to your alma mater where you won a championship, having to do that. And you mentioned not having a point guard and still soldiering through the SEC. It's going to be a tough battle. You failed to mention, even though they got Williams and Carr, they got Garrison too inside. They have a lot of experience, this team has. It is really hard to bet against them and Mark Pope, but I just think I would love to see Rick Barnes get to another Final Four and the first one in Tennessee history. They're one of the few teams in the country with so many, I think, about 70-plus wins and never been to the Final Four. I would love to see Rick Barnes get that done before he goes into the Hall of Fame. But, man, it is hard to bet against Big Blue guys. I'm going to be honest with you, with Lamont Butler back, I'm sorry.